Hello, gamers! Welcome back to the Warframe Iron Man. I'm so excited because this week we're tackling the Lich system, baby. Woo! We're getting a Kuva Lich. To think, now that we're officially at episode 52 of the Warframe Iron Man, a full year's worth of weekly uploads, we're finally getting to the Lich system. About 20 episodes too late. Yeah, we've had access to the Lich system as soon as we completed the War Within, but I've held out. The reason I've held out for so long is just because, I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all, I think the Lich system is like the scariest thing to me. And you might be like, oh, what, Lich is scary to you? You like, grind up all the weapons or whatever? No, it's just the resource cost, man. Warframe Iron Man rules, chop chop. Understand that this account is entirely free to play. We are not buying slots. I don't have any plans on trading yet. And I am going to 100% this game. And that means I gotta master all of these weapons, which means I've got to get them to rank 40. Yeah, so a lot of the adversary weapons are special. Not only do you have to get them to rank 30 to get the full mastery, but if you polarize them, they actually go even further beyond. Each forma you put into them puts 2 extra level points on them. So you go from 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. And once you hit 40, they're fully done. But we have to get all of those. And we have to get all of them to 40. Editing Tormandee put the entire forma count number on screen of forma we're going to have to waste. And these weapons are pretty good. Don't get me wrong. Fine additions to our arsenal. However, we're not going to be keeping like 80% of them. Yes, most adversary weapons are getting picked up, leveled, and immediately thrown in the trash. Because I don't have slots. I don't have space for them. So I've been putting this off as long as I can, but fellas, it's time. It's time to get introduced to it. It's time to sink our toes into this pool, and it all starts today. Now, we're going for one particular weapon. That's going to be the new core, and I'm going to show this off right here, the new core. We already have it mastered. I went ahead, got this leveled. I don't know if I did it off camera or what. Not much to say about the normal one. It just is a laser beam, right? You've seen me use the Automo, so you know what it's about. The Kuva new core is going to be special. It's just really damn good, gamers. And I'll show it off once we get it. But before we do anything, there's a certain someone I got to show off. One of my favorite Warframes. Kadoosh, baby! Mesa. Gamers, am I excited to talk about Mesa. It's been a minute since I've played her. I opted to use Hildred on my main instead of Mesa, and I forgot just how much I adore this character. Anyway, we're going to go over to the Simulacrum, and I'm going to show you just what she can do before we use her today to defeat the Op, whatever our Lich may be. Alrighty, gamers, we're in the Simulacrum, and it's time to show off what Mesa can do. She is very strong, as you will come to see. But let's get into it. We'll start with her passive, and I'm actually going to pull it up here, because it's quite a lot. Shoot dual-wield sidearms 15% faster, and reload single-hand sidearms 25% more rapidly. And you gain 50 bonus health when not using melee weapons. So we pull out our dual tox assist here, you know, a little bit of a fire rate buff. Be able to reload single, okay, whatever, man. We can show off the melee health, though. It's not really important, I would say. If you're doing something particular where you need that extra 50% health to, like, scale your umbral set or whatever, sure. But the utility you get from having a melee weapon equipped probably outright affects your kit and benefits you more than if you were to just take off a melee weapon. So I probably will never get use out of it. In fact, I'm going to come in here and we're going to slap on our glaive again, because I can't live without it. But let's get into the showcase, gamers. Her first ability is Ballistic Battery. We cast this, and it's going to store up damage into a single shot that we can recast. So here we go. Let's shoot. We're up to 100% damage stored. So let's semi-auto this, because I want to do max damage, right? And if we recast this, we now have a bonus 5,000 damage. It's kind of like Volt's passive. Boop! 72,000 with one shot. It's an alright ability. I mean, most people are going to helmet over it, and we did too. But it still has its uses. Up next is Shooting Gallery. This is going to cast out a ring that follows us around. And when we get near enemies, it's going to shoot at them, and it's going to disarm them and jam their weapons. When I say disarm, I mean really only jam their weapons. It temporarily stuns them in an area around them. This affects melee targets as well. They stagger. So, pretty nice. And if it circles around an ally, they get a bonus weapon damage for a little bit of time. Onto her third ability, Shatter Shield. This is going to reflect bullet damage and status effects, and it's also going to provide you with damage reduction. So, alright, now if we cast our Shatter Shield, we just sit here and get shot, we got damage reduction. I don't know why they're... Okay, they had to reload, that's why. And it reflects it occasionally and does damage back, but it's mainly for the damage reduction that you're using this. If we also cast our 2, this is our defensive utility. Both Shatter Shield and Shooting Gallery are going to make it to where we're pretty survivable, all things considered. Shatter Shield only works on ranged targets, by the way. So any melee attacks, I believe, aren't affected by the damage reduction. So if you get hit with a melee, you're going to take full damage. And then moving on to Mesa's 4. Fellas, this shit is awesome. You cast it, it's going to drain energy. And if we left click, oh yeah, we just rain bullet fire. And I forgot, these are modded. Let me show you what it's like unmodded. Alright, so unmodded, it's not going to be as ridiculous on the fire rate. As you hold the button, it gets faster, and also the cone in front of us gets a lot smaller, but it means we're doing more damage. Regulators is crazy. I haven't, like, buffed myself. I don't have a lot of my damage up from the build. Our showcase build is going to be flow and rolling guard, as it always is, but there's one more build I have to show you, and it's very important when we get into today's content. If we come over here, we go into our upgrade, here's our build for showcasing, flow and rolling guard, but I also have the secret third one with an augment, Mesa's Waltz, and I wanted to talk about this because it's very important. What Mesa's Waltz does is when we were casting regulators, we couldn't move. We were stationary. We can get around by jumping up in the air and activating it, but once we land, we can't move, right? Mesa's Waltz allows us to move around during this. We are slow, but what it allows us to do is very important. It gives us the ability to roll, and that's very important. You could consider this as saving energy because you don't have to recast your 4 as often to reposition yourself. And it also is very defensive because it gives us mobility. One thing that Mesa can struggle with if you don't have Mesa's Waltz on is if a Eximus unit, like a Leech Eximus or an Energy Leech, puts its bubble on you, you're kind of screwed. You have to decast the ability and get out of it so that you don't get drained. But Mesa's Waltz, you can just rolling guard, get around. And that's going to be it for Mesa's kit. We'll see it plenty, and this character is awesome, so don't worry about it. Let's show off the build, though. Now, you'll notice I just talked about Mesa's Waltz, and I don't have it on. Well, gamers, I wanted to be so different. The real answer for it is I don't have a Exilus adapter. If I did, it'd be the easiest slot in there of my life. But I don't, and I thought, you know what? Whatever, because what we can do is we can experience Peacemaker like Mesa just released. And that's pretty awesome. Oh my goodness. It's so cool. 9 times out of 10, you're going to want to put Mesa's Waltz on because it is just objectively her best augment because it allows you to maneuver in her unmaneuverable 4. Anyway, here's the build. We're on a little bit of duration. And by a little bit, I mean we're nearly at 200%. And we're on nearly 55% strength. The reason for this, and why we have so much duration, is because on channel abilities, duration actually affects the drain cost. So it's only draining 8.24 energy a second instead of 15. And by the way, that 15 energy a second is crazy. That is why we have Helmet on Nourish, because Nourish is going to allow us to maintain our energy economy to the best that we can. It's really tough on Mesa because while you're in her 4, you're not getting any energy, unless you're picking up energy orbs or health orbs, which I have Equilibrium on as well. Pistol Amp because it affects our regulators, Velocity for extra fire rate on our regulators, and Aegis because it's defensive and I love it. Moving on to our regulators though, this is what we're working with. Cascadia Flare sees its debut on something where it actually matters. Yeah, Flare is nuts. Flare is going to give us 480% extra damage on these things, and these things are insane with the amount of damage they do. We're on Pure Heat, and the reason for it is because I haven't put any Forma on this, and I don't plan on it. The reason I say that is because I would love to move this dash down to right here, and then I'd be able to fit in viral or corrosive up top, and then be corrosive heat or viral heat. But this pesky little dash makes it to where I can't do that because I want to have on pure heated charge right here. But as for the stats, it's just honestly normal pistol build. You got your crit, you got your fire rate, you got your multi-shot, and your little bit of base damage. Banger. It's a very good thing that we've pulled out Mesa this week because now, gamers, we're going to get into the Lich grind. Oh, you know, one thing I forgot to mention, actually, real quick, is that we had 2 Forma on Mesa. This is just to be eligible for Mesa Prime in the future. We're not doing that yet. I gotta roll with the base Warframe for a little bit, but she would be so worth it. Oh my goodness. Anyway, the Lich system, baby. Real important thing we gotta start off with is there's a new set of mods we have to acquire. Requiem mods. And we get Requiem mods from the Requiem relic that we got last week. Let's come over here to our relic station. This final tab is the Requiem one. Now, I've already gone ahead and grinded up all of these mods. With the exception of Jahu, we have all of these. And if we come in here, they look a bit different from the normal mods that we've been collecting. What are these for? Well, we will see shortly. But they go on our Parazon. Remember this thing? Yeah, it actually has 3 more slots now. And we could just slap these on willy-nilly. Oh, but what do these do? Well, let's hold out for now. It'll all be made apparent. But how do we get these mods? Well, it's very simple. We just have to crack these Requiem mods. And I'll show you what that's like real quick. So we come in here to our Void Fissures. Oh. And we scroll all the way down. You'll see that we have this defense in the Kuva Fortress. This is where we use our Requiem relics. And yeah, it's just more relic slop. Now, of course, this system is getting revamped in Shadowgrapher coming March 25th. This whole 4 relic system is getting nuked into oblivion. There's going to be 1 relic that you get, I think, from Paladino. And instead of having all of this extra stuff, it's just going to be the words. All 8 words in 1 relic, and that's all you can get. Huge, colossal improvement. I went ahead and got all of the words from these old relics. Because I love you gamers, and I hate myself. No, I just wanted one last hurrah, you know. When have we ever done things the easier way on the Iron Man? It's just not the Iron Man way. So, let's go in here. We're going to make this Radiant, and if we don't get it here, I'm probably going to smash my keyboard. Because Relic Slop really is just... Don't click on the live section of my channel. Oh my god. It makes me sad. The unfortunate bit about these Requiem relics is that you're stuck in the worst tile set ever, the Kuva Fortress. This place sucks. But, yeah, this is just opening a relic. There's not much new to it. So, I'm gonna be right back when we're at the end of this defense, and we'll see if we get Jahu. I sure hope we do.
12 seconds later.
Alright, we are back. Wave 3. Easy Jahu, am I right? Oh my fucking god! Oh. Alright, well, I'm just gonna pause the recording here. I will be right back when I get Jahu. Whether that be in 10 seconds or 50 hours.
A few hours later.
Alright, I managed to get Jahu! Hooray! It only took all day. Oh my goodness, but we're done. We have all 8 words. We can finally move on. It's so nice. Anyway, now it's the time we've been waiting for. Actually getting started with hunting a Kuva Lich. It's a process, gamers, but trust me. But before we can hunt a Kuva Lich, there's something very important we need to talk about. Now, adversary weapons come with bonus elemental damage, and that's pretty swag. But the type of damage it does is dependent on what Warframe you use to spawn the Lich. Bam! As you can see, there's a whole list of Warframes and what their elements are tied to. Now, for what we're gonna go for on the new core, we're gonna want magnetic. And I really like magnetic. It just so happens that our gal Mesa is a magnetic progenitor Warframe. Yeah, this list of progenitor Warframes is kind of crazy and all over the place. What do you mean Atlas is Toxin and not Impact? That's a good comment, by the way. What do you mean Excalibur is electricity? What do you mean Grendel isn't Toxin? Like, it's all over the place. But how do we spawn a Lich? It sucks. The easiest way that I like to run in spawning a Lich is running Cassini. Now, this isn't a very special node. This is literally just a capture mission. That's it. We've already summoned Liches in the past, but I'll just recap it since we're here. All we have to do is just come in here and kill a large group of enemies. About 15, 20 enemies are needed in order for a larvaling to spawn. So, I mean, if we just run through the mission like normal, you know, get this capture going. Plastids in me. Oh, there we go. Our screen flashes, and then that means we have a chance of summoning a larva. And we'll know when the... Oh, yep, now they're here. And we go over here, and we knock them down, and we gotta check what weapon they have. Oh, the Tonkor. Now, this is the part that sucks. We don't want the Tonkor, right? If we did, we would just hold E and it would spawn our Lich, but because we don't, we now just extract. It's going to take that weapon out of the pool of available Kuva weapons, and we'll just keep cycling through them. This is the part where I inform you guys that I have already rolled both the Kuva Nucor and the Kuva Sobek, which are the two that I would be willing to get today. So, I gotta do this like 20 more times. Woohoo! But I'm just gonna save you guys the trouble. I'll be back when it's the Kuva Nucor.
One eternity later.
Oh, jeez. Gamers, it's been like an hour, I shit you not. We're finally here. He's got the Kuva Nucor, or she does. So if we want to summon our Lich, all we gotta do is hold that E button. Hiya! Oh. Hey, we got an achievement. Now, we have an op. Now that we're back in our orbiter, once we leave this menu.
Flames kill some, forge others.
Wow. And there's something very special about our Lich. Something very special indeed. Now, if we come in here, we have this little Lich icon at the bottom. Damn, 42%? Yoligr. Ooh, I gotta be careful. Yoligr. Bigibb. 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 Wow, our adversary. They got a 42% weapon bonus per magnetic because we played as Mesa. And they are rocking the magnetic ephemera, gamers. Woo! I'm so goddamn lucky. Once we go ahead and defeat our op, not only are we getting a sweet, sweet weapon, we're also getting a drip piece. It's a 20% chance to get an ephemera on a Lich. Anyway, enough of that. How do we fight this op? Now it's time for the hunt. You see Earth here? Earth is looking pretty doomed. When you summon a Lich, they're going to take over a sector, and that sector is going to be all red. If it's a sister of Parvos, it'll be blue. Well, let's just go into one of these missions, shall we? We're going to do a defense. As a whole, the mission's not going to be much different, where we're just going to be doing normal star chart missions, with a little bit of a twist. Yes. They spawn in thralls. You can see here, here's one of them. They have their name, followed by thrall, and you have to finish them off. And once you do, you get a little bit of that Requiem murmur progress. Well, what is that? Well, I mean, recall that we collected 8 mods. 8 Requiem mods before we got here. What that's going to do is that bar is going to fill up until it is full, and then it's going to reveal one of the words that we need in order to defeat our Lich. This takes a fat minute. It's pretty painful doing Liches. This system is really old. Eventually, when we get to doing Kodo boss fights and adversaries, it's going to be 20 times faster. So, yeah, that's tough. Anyway, while we are in these missions, I will note there is a small but non-existent chance that our adversary will show up right away. The more missions we do in their sector, the more pissed off they'll be, and the more angry they are at us, the more likely they are to spawn, which I'll show the progress on that once we get back to orbit. I don't think our adversary is going to spawn, so I'm just going to cut back to when we finish our first murmur, or if they spawn in, and we'll work from there. But this is all we're going to be doing, is killing these thralls, doing the objective. We're trying to get our first Requiem word. Whoa! Whoa! You can't be stealing my stuff. Actually, I don't know how, but I forgot about this. Yeah, when you have an adversary, if you do missions in their planet that they're controlling, they take your stuff. Cringe. All right, and with this guy dead, oh, don't mind that, it was bugging out. There we go. The murmur has been completed. Now we just have to get through this mission, and we'll see what that means.
12 seconds later.
Okay, well, I was just about to leave, and the op has arrived.
Oh no.
Now, this is actually pretty terrible timing. And the reason for that is because we don't have a single Requiem mod on, so we aren't going to be able to defeat our op. And there's a very particular reason we don't want to right now. Now, if we were to come up to him, we can do our Requiem Mercy. That would test what mods we have on our Parazon, the Requiem words. And it would, you know, it's like cracking a lock. We'd see if we had the right combination. If we didn't, she'd flee. Now, because I don't have my words on, and I just finished that first murmur, what we're going to do instead is, yeah, we're going to down her twice, and she's going to run away. And she's going to stay in this sector, and that's fine. Bit of a bummer we couldn't wait, you know, one more mission, but it's all good, gamers. Trust the process. All right. For completing that Requiem, we got our first word, Voam. All right, guys. I just want you to see this. Do you think we're ever going to run out of Voams? We got 5 of them. They have 3 charges each, so about 15 charges of Voam. That would be actually fine for the rest of probably the entirety of every Lich hunt ever, unless we just get Voam every time. And let's come in here, actually, because I want to show this. You can see that Yoligr is fuming. She is pissed off. She hates us. That's good. That means that she's very likely to come up on our missions and try to beat our ass. Of course, she's not going to be able to because we're so fucking good. But we're going to hop back in, and next time we fight her, we're going to test our Parazon, which I kind of slapped it on and didn't explain it. So let's come back down here. We have Vomon, and the order is important. If we were to put Voam here, it would try to see what word we had in this first slot, and since we don't have one, we would fail it every time. So we put Voam in the first slot. Alright, very fortunate for us, the literal next mission, they showed up. It's pretty swag. I didn't really want to stay on Earth for too long. Let's go ahead and get her downed. Oh, shit. Yeah, she can do a grab attack, and she fucked us up. Oh my god, that was a mag pull. Please don't grab me. Whew. Very risky business there. Now we're going to test our mod. Ah, shit. So, Voam is one of our words. It is confirmed. However, it does not go in the first slot. Darn. Alright, well, now that we did that, we're going to come in here. They're no longer on Earth. They have moved up in the world. They are on Mars now. And, they've gone back down to Indifferent, and they are now level 2, so they're even stronger. Anyway, we're going to come down here. We're going to modify our Parazon. Now that we've learned that Voam doesn't go in the first slot, we're going to move it over one. Now, the next time we fight our Lich, ideally, we'll put whatever word we learn is in our rotation here. And then, I mean, we can just try to guess this time. I didn't want to try guessing at first, because I just wanted to show this off, but we could totally throw in just a random word and hope we get it. That would save us a lot of time, and that'd be gas. But anyway, I'm going to skip the boring bits. We'll be back when we learn our next word. Oh yeah, you can get relics from this. Haha, I could have used a Requiem relic too before I spent all day trying to get them. You know what you say? Man, they showed up again. Oh my god. Oh! Luckily, we are Mesa and we are awesome. So as long as we hold left click, we will be okay. Give me my sweet, sweet progress. Oh man, that magnetic proc, that's scary. And there we go. Bye-bye. What a sick fight. No, I was eating some rice. Loke. Fried rice. Very good. We're going to put Loke in the first slot, and this is where we're going to get crazy. We're just going to put Craw in the last spot. We're hoping that we get these two right. And the last one is just whatever last word we need, because then this next planet would be very easy. But if it isn't, oh well. I don't really care, but I'll be back when we get attacked. All right, it's about time. Jesus, it took like 3 more missions to finally encounter our adversary. Let's clear out this. Ooh, that's good. All right, can we go 2 for 2? Ooh! Ooh! All right, now, this is a bit tricky. Do we just randomly guess the final word? No, we don't. Yeah, that one was a bit awkward. We didn't see what the words were because she was in a weird spot. Regardless, though, that is pretty fire. We guessed the first 2 words in the right order. So all that's left is the final word, which once we confirm what it is, we will just be able to defeat our Lich. So that's great. All right, and then from Mars, they moved to Ceres. So this is our next stop. All right, our final word. If it isn't Jahu, then I wasted an entire day. All right, well, that's no biggie. Hey, you guys are never gonna guess that, I mean, they actually, never mind, you already saw it. Dude, we would have been right if we would have stabbed their Lich, but I had to make sure. I don't want to be doing this for any longer, even though there are more planets to show off. Anyway, I'm just gonna pause it. We'll be right back. They're definitely gonna attack us here, so it's all good. Then we're gonna get to go on to the final portion of this once we beat our adversary here. Did the little secret handshake combo. Alright, it took 2 missions to get here, but finally, dude. Gonna hurt. Oh no, hold on. Okay. Alright, oh Jesus. The magnetic's kind of scary. And we definitely don't want to get grabbed, neither. But it's alright. Down she goes. This will be for the kill. Please don't ragdoll me again. Skadoosh! And now, they're no longer, well, I mean, they're in the Origin system, but they're no longer on any of the planets. They have moved to everybody's favorite game mode. Let's give it up for Railjack, baby. Woohoo! Yeah, so, she fled. She went to Saturn. Luckily, we have this unlocked. Imagine if we didn't. I think I've shit my pants in frustration, but now we get to play an awesome Railjack mission. You guys excited? It's Grineer too, and you know what that means. We get to do a Grineer skirmish, baby! Woohoo! Oh yeah. This is what it all was leading up to right here. The fucking worst Railjack mission ever. Oh my god. Unfortunately, my solo Railjack is going to cry tears of anguish because, you know, these are fairly leveled Grineer enemies, you know, and our Railjack isn't that tanky. If only we had a crew, but that's cringe. I don't want one. Now I just kind of have to sit here, play a solo skirmish, kill 50 ships, three cruise ships. Man, I will be back. This sucks.
One eternity later.
Oh, yeah, anytime we get to do Railjack, it's just, oh, it's such a treat. Anyway, we're done. That final ship is blowing up. I'm gonna look for the galleon now. It'll tell me where I need to go in a second, as I am quite lost. There we go. Boost on over there. Take this nice little ride. We did it. We did the skirmish portion of this. I'm so thankful we have to do a skirmish every time we want to kill a Lich. I'm not. I am lying out my ass. What we gotta do for power, though, am I right? Anyway, we're here now. We made it to the ship. I'm just, honestly, I'm not even gonna fly all the way over there. We're just gonna take the slingshot and propel ourselves. We probably won't be close enough to the ship, but... Oh shit, we are. That's what I would say, but we're on the wrong side. This is it, though. Our final confrontation. The ballad comes to an end. And how is it gonna end? I'm sure you gamers can expect it.
The supposed hunter arrives, nostrils flared, chest full of hubris. for one quick lesson.
Holy aura. Anyway, let's pop Nourish. And here we go. Oh, wow. Alright, and that is the end of our Lich. Now we'll come up to them. We get this cool little cutscene. We can either do one of two things. We could convert them. This would allow them to walk on our ship. Something that I'm absolutely disgusted by. Not because they're a Grineer, but because that's crewmates on my ship. Yucky. So we're going to kill them.
Unacceptable.
And Mesa claims a bounty. Yeah, and that's it. Now we just we teleport on home. Job well done. And we'll go back to our dojo. And for our victory over Yoligr Bigibb, we've got the following items. We got the Old Blood Emblem for our first defeat of a Kuva Lich. We got the weapon that we were after, the Kuva Nucor, which also has their name in front of it. Ironically, this says it needs Mastery Rank 13, and while I do respect the Mastery Rank requirements on this account, if you were to do this before then, don't worry, you could absolutely claim this weapon, and I'll show you in a second. We also got the Vengeful Pull Ephemera, because we are gas, and I'll show that off, I guess. But I gotta get out of here. Alright, now you'd think the weapon is in our inventory, right? We come over here, and oh, there it is what I would say if it was actually there. No, this weapon gets sent directly into your foundry. You might be like, oh shit, do you have to craft it? No. No, you don't. It's ready to claim right there. And this is where the Master Rank requirement is a lie. Because it comes pre-crafted in your foundry, you can just take it out. If we were Master Rank 9, we could take this. And this Kuva Nucor is gonna get us some mileage on this account. Jeez. See that 50% status? That is fat. That is good. So good, in fact. We're coming in here, and straight away, no questions asked, it's getting that. And it's getting quite a few things. We're gonna do, like, at least this. I think this should be good. And we'll get an adapter, put that here, Cascadia Flare, you know the works. And this thing is going to be crazy. But there's one last thing I want to show off, and that's that ephemera. So the Liches are awesome. I think they have the best ephemeras in all of the game. Because they're all just the elemental damage types. So you get, you have a fire progenitor. You have a chance of getting fire as an ephemera. It's really sick. We did the magnetic one, so we've got this little kind of pulley one. And honestly, it's not too bad. It's pretty subtle, and I like that. But we're not using this on Mesa, of all people. So even though she is a magnetic progenitor, I don't know why. Oh, and how could I forget the Old Blood Emblem? Wow. But that is going to do it for this grand hunt. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, you can do that too. We upload to the Warframe Iron Man every week at 1 p.m. PST. We stream the Warframe Iron Man every Wednesday at 10 p.m. PST. So if you found this one and you're liking it, you can always tune in. Otherwise, if you're not caught up, I have a playlist of all of the Warframe Iron Man videos in the description. So consider checking that out. It's gas. But until next time, gamers, where we are going to go for Nidus and complete our grinds that we have to do before they get made easier in the next update, Shadowgrapher, with the exception of Elite Sanctuary Onslaught. Can't do that. Anyway, gamers, I love y'all. Mwah! Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! We're gonna have to do more Railjack. Our Railjack was buns.